Hello and welcome to Get Into Games on Air, a podcast about board games and the people who play them. Today, on this lovely episode, on this glorious sunny day, it is sunny for a change, I am joined by the one and only, because there's only one of them, because we haven't invented cloning yet, Becky.
Hi. You're lucky to have me here, really.
Am I?
Yes.
Why, because of the cloning?
No, because I'm giving up Time Troopers time.
Ah, yes. You podcast while you're driving in your car, listening to this. You're lucky that Becky's here.
Yeah.
You should be leaving comments saying thank you, Becky. Hashtag thank you, Becky is the hashtag for the episode.
I might have to break my streak.
No, you will not break your streak. There shall be no streaking, breaking. The only streaking here will be me at UK Games Expo.
Oh, God.
In my shirts and merch underpants.
Oh, no.
But today we have a very special guest.
Why do you have a notepad?
I always have a notepad because I prep myself very well when I do this podcast.
You absolutely never have a notepad at this point in the podcast. What is going on?
I feel like Michael Aspel, and This Is Your Life.
Oh, God.
Da, 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 da. For anyone who doesn't know that, never mind. Today's guest. You may know him from games such as Lake District, the Lake District game, Ocean Span, Fish Groups, Penguin Bumping, and Teleporting Soldiers, and the latest fully funded game, Bees in the Rain. Please welcome Lee Molinarius from Miller Games. Hello, Lee. Welcome to the podcast.
That's fantastic. That's the best intro I've ever had. That's amazing. Thank you.
You fool.
How long did that take?
Well, I thought of it this morning, and then it wasn't until about 10 minutes ago I was like, oh, God, I better write that down.
Because you won't remember it.
Yeah. So
what is it with you and changing people's
I've fixed
game
it.
names?
Basically, it's memorable.
They work really hard on getting just the right name, and then you go and sow a seed of something else.
I'm sorry, but some independent board game companies that will remain nameless have a game they work so hard to come up with a name and end up calling it Peacock in other countries. No. No. I will not take your slander. Could have gone with Birds in Hats.
Oh, dear. I think you better introduce yourself, Lee.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too. So I've been on the pod before, but my name's Lee from Molinarious Games, and as Craig said, there we have 6 or 7 games, which hopefully you recognise from those titles, and we're looking forward to going to our 5th or 6th UK Games Expo in a month or two.
Yes.
In fact, it is a month.
It is. It's very exciting times.
Scary.
Right.
I did forget to mention Baked Goods of Disaster, but...
yeah. Baked Goods of Disaster.
Yeah, I did forget to mention that one.
No. You obviously didn't do your research.
But as we have a guest, and as last time you did the quickfire quiz so proficiently and so expertly last time, we've come up with more questions for the quickfire quiz. And we know how you listen to our podcast every single week. You are one of the 3 listeners we have. So you will not listen to this. So this episode will have 2 listeners. No. So while people are driving along, they will be listening to this quickfire questions hosted by Rebecca. And fire away.
Okay, question number 1. What is the name of the fictional leisure centre managed by Gordon Brittus?
Oh, Craig did message me and said there would be a British Empire, and I thought he was joking. Oh, I have no idea. It's going to be something like Long Lane Leisure Centre.
It was Whitbury Newtown Leisure Centre.
I'm not going to know any of these.
Which actor famously played the well-meaning but disastrous Gordon Brittus?
Is it the bloke from... Is it Chris or Colin something? Is he appearing at UK Games Expo by any
He's
chance?
appearing at UK
yeah.
Games Expo, so we can talk to him personally about the British Empire and no other TV show because he's not been in any other TV show.
So it was, of course, Chris Barry.
Yes.
Barry, that's it. I couldn't remember the surname.
Receptionist Carol is famous for keeping her children in a very unusual place. Where is it?
Oh, something's just popped into my head. Is it a bottom drawer of the reception desk?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where is that popped in from? That's scary. I can't remember what I've gone upstairs for sometimes, but that's in my brain.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to send you a video if that's the case. There's a very funny Instagram video about forgetting what you needed from upstairs. I'll send it to you another time. What is the name of British's long-suffering deputy manager who is often the only competent person in the building?
Oh, I wasn't prepared for a British Empire quiz. I'm going to guess at Colin because it's a funny name. No one knows a Colin.
No, it was Laura Lansing. Colin, the assistant manager and janitor, frequently has a bandage on his hand. Why?
Does he keep catching it in is there a door or a drawer or something that he keeps catching it in?
No, he has a permanently infected hand and a host of other strange skin allergies and
I can't
ailments.
remember anything about this programme.
In the final episode of Series 7, what is revealed about the entire show's timeline?
It's going to be something like a dream sequence.
Yes, it was a dream.
Yes.
It was all a dream. Gordon Brittis has a very specific dream for the world. What is his ultimate goal?
That everyone, it's going to be that everyone is fit and healthy because he runs a leisure centre.
It was world peace and international understanding through the medium of leisure. So kind of. You can Which staff member openly hates Gordon and refuses to do any work, often telling him exactly what she thinks of him?
Was there a Carol?
It was Julie, the secretary. What is the name of Gordon's wife who frequently seen taking nerve pills to cope with his eccentricities?
I'm going to have to double down and go with Carol because that's any name. I'm sure there's a Carol in there. Carol.
It was Helen Brittis.
Oh, is there a Carol in it?
There is a Carol.
Carol, yeah. Carol's the person. Isn't Carol the person who puts the
baby in
the baby in the thing?
That's why it's in my head then.
Before managing Whitbury Newtown, at which fictional leisure centre did Gordon receive his training?
Oh, I don't know.
Aldershot Leisure Centre. There we go. Now we all know all about the British
2 out of 10 is not too bad.
No, I would say that's pretty good.
And this is
for something
podcast.
He wasn't expecting.
I do feel like Julian from the last episode is screaming at the answers at me through all of those questions.
Yeah.
So Craig said, under no circumstances do you tell him the quiz is about British Empire.
Yeah, I was having some serious GCSE flashbacks.
Okay, to the serious business.
Yes.
So, from a publisher's standpoint...
Bamboozle.
Yeah. From a publisher's standpoint, what does the run-up to UKGE look like? What sort of things do you have to consider? Do you have to organise, etc.?
There's a lot of panic and breathing into brown paper bags. This is around March time, I guess, is when the average people start to think about buying their tickets and what cons they're going to that year. By that point, it's already too late for exhibitors to have applied for Games Expo, but also to get organised, to get your stock. So it actually starts for us around the end of September. So as soon as one finishes, we're pretty much, you go on a waiting list to put your name down for the following year. And at the end of September, beginning of October is when normally UKGE organisers will send an email out to say, we've got your application, we'll be in touch in a couple of weeks. And then it's I think it's Essen, where they confirm that it's open now, and a map slowly starts to come together, and you log onto the portal. But we all have to kind of, they're oversubscribed every year, so you always have to like commit to so much space. And us at Molinarius, we've doubled in size every year. To the point this year it'll be a 10-meter. Well, we've got a 12-meter by 3-meter stand, so that's kind of double what we had last year. And last year was obviously the biggest we'd had.
Yeah.
So for us, that's in October. We have to pay for that in December. So
Wow.
obviously we've paid for that 6 months in advance. So so that's hopefully we're going to get that money back through selling our games.
To choose the spot that you are in, like what hall you're in, or do they choose it for you?
So you will be assigned a spot, but if you want to pay extra for like a corners or the middle, so what's called premium, they will give priority to sponsors and things like that. So if it's the first time that you ever want to be there, so like a new company who wants to go to UK Games Expo now, they can't go in a premium spot and they can't have like a big spot. They'll end up being on a 2x2 starter stand somewhere. But if what they all are very, very good at, Richard Denning and his team are very good at, is if you had a spot the previous year, they will assign you automatically that spot, because it's easier for them as well, because they don't have to change the map much.
Yeah.
It's easier for us because we know where that space is and what doors we have to have delivery sent to and things like that. It's also easier for you guys and for the customers, because they know if Catan's going to be in the same place and Molinarious Games are going to be in the same place, they know where all their favourite stops are going to be. So from that side of it, I think that's probably around, I don't know an exact percentage, but if I had to guess, I'd say around 75% always want to be in the same spot. So then for them, it's just a case of filling around. Now, obviously last year we went from no hall 1 to a complete rejig, so it was probably crazy for them last year. So I do know last year was people were being assigned spots that they weren't happy with, or that were too far away or too close to a competitor, or just not where they wanted to be. So they will try and accommodate you and move you around, but obviously there's only so much space. It's a huge jigsaw for the team to put together. But we've been quite lucky that we have got a good space. I think we're in a good spot in Hall 3, and we've got that spot. We'll be in the same place again this year.
Cool.
So once that initial map comes out and you've confirmed you're happy where you're at and you've paid for your spot in December, the next thing is make sure you've got some games to sell. So if we have a new game coming out, like we do with Before the Rain, not Bees in the Rain. So if we want to sell that at Games Expo, then obviously from a manufacturing point of view, we have to get that order in December and January. So again, we're planning way ahead of where we need to be. So again, we have to pay for those games in January to make sure that they're delivered, manufactured and delivered in time for the Games Expo. Then around March is when we start to ask for volunteers. If we do it, we've tried to do it earlier than that and people just forget or get double booked or whatever. So we tend to do that around March. And then April is when we start to, have we got the right tablecloths? Have we got Kallax units? Have we ordered a van? All the kind of practical stuff. And that's normally where the UK Games Expo are telling us you get filling booking forms. So everyone gets like a 1 or 2 hour, 3 hour slot to park up at Games Expo to offload all your stuff so that everyone doesn't arrive at the same time. So you have to book in with the NEC and all that kind of boring stuff. That all has to be done in April. And then you're looking at making sure we've ordered all the T-shirts for the volunteers and all that kind of, and any promotional stuff, pull-up banners. We're doing all that at the moment as well. So we're lucky because we've grown and we've learned about what we're doing. But and we're not a huge company. But for some of these, like a Catan or someone who's got like a huge stall, it must be a massive undertaking for them. Building everything up on the Wednesday and the Thursday. But for us, it's stressful enough. But yeah, so I guess people don't realise that we actually start planning it around October, and if we leave it any later than that, we won't get a slot, and 2, if we don't know what games we're going to take by the end of December, we will have run out of times to order them and get everything ready. So yeah, was that pretty much what you were expecting from a timeline point of view?
Yeah. I just never realised that you had to sort of start planning it in September. You know, it's crazy how much work you have to put in behind the scenes, and everybody just turns up on the day and it's like, oh yeah, it looks great. But like that's months and months of worth of, you know, your time putting that together to make it what it is. So how do you make your stand out on the day, you know, so that yours is different to everybody else's?
So fortunately, I've got Mike and Mark on the team. So that, again, that's something which we have to commit to quite early. So obviously, once you've ordered the size of the stand, you can't change it. So we can't then say, oh, let's get a 40-foot whale this year on a 30-foot stand. We can't, for instance, take live
Which
penguins.
Is weird, considering how many penguins you're bringing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to... We have to bear in mind the rules. We can't take live animals into the stand.
Yeah, but if they're still freeze-dried, I mean, they're just dehydrated. You just pour some water on, they won't even notice. They'll be in there before your little like gremlins, and then they'll be off.
If they're already in the box, then that's fine. Which they are. So we're giving dehydrated penguins away inside the box, as you said on the last meeting, on the last cut.
That is true. That's a good point.
But we were talking about serious stuff, and then you interjected with Roman penguins.
Because he mentioned he couldn't bring a 40-foot whale, but we can bring 600 penguins.
Oh, great!
So once you've got
making the stand up.
Once you've got the size of the stand, then we tend to just draw a diagram, and we know how big all our tables are. We know how big everything. So we just play around with, because we've got small box games. We like to build boil everything down into a 5-minute pitch. So rather than playing a whole game, you can play like a mini game, like a shoal, for example. You can play it with 5 cards instead of 10. And then after 5 minutes, people know whether they like that game or not. So when you have a smaller stand, we'll just set up demo areas. But we've kind of leaned into the fact that we can do what we want, because we're independent. We're never going to have these like really slick 40-foot, Catan banners and things like that. So we have Mike's mum. We call it Carol's Knits and Bits. So Mike's mum knits us penguins and seals and rays and things like that. And those little homemade touches when people walk the stand makes people stop, because they can't see that anywhere else. And because it's not polished, and because it's something that looks different and looks like it's made with love and it's homemade, people want to stop and go. And the amount of times early on, people were like, can we actually buy these? And we were like, no. Up to the point now that Carol has just knitted so many of them that we started selling them at Aircon, because we had so many of them. And I think we sold out. Our number one selling game was on the till was Carol's Knits and Bits. So we ended up, and we just put, it's a false economy, because we're just selling it and we're just giving her the money for wool so she can knit wool.
I love that.
But like the first year, we did make a big paper mache whale, and then you probably remember the wonky time gate that we had that sagged throughout the 3 days as the glue melted. And this year we have a big flower arch with a beehive on it as well. So I think quite a few people will come to the stand and go, "Oh, we've just come to see what you've got this year, or what was on the stand this year." But as we're growing, people also will say, "Oh, we bought ocean pods from you last year, so we've come to see what you've got this year." So I think that's your kind of reputation is more important than having something flashy to bring people in. Also, I don't know if you get this, but if we're standing around with no demos and you're trying to drag people onto the stand to give them a demo, no one wants to know. But if you have a big crowd of people stood around having a demo, then people will instinctively go, "Oh, what are they looking at?" and just join in the demo. So sometimes I'll send volunteers.
Carry on.
I was going to say, sometimes we send the volunteers around the other side of the stand so that we can pitch to them, and then people just come up behind them, and it's like a good way of drawing people in.
I was going to say, last year, your stall was like literally rammed. I was trying to have a demo of flippers and there was just literally no way you could get a demo, because it was literally like there were people waiting and people waiting behind them and people waiting behind them. It was crazy.
Yeah.
That's good,
So,
right there. It's exciting.
yeah. So what we've done this year is, like I say, we've doubled the size of the stand, but we've brought 4 or 5 tables, sit-down tables this year. So you can have the mini games where you, like you say, but the problem with that is everyone wants a demo, and we can only do 3 or 4 people in front of you, and then obviously if you've got, so now having these tables, I'm going to take the role as kind of a maitre d'. So we're just going to put the games on the tables and then let people sit down. If they want to play a full box demo, they can sit down and play like a flippers.
Yeah.
Or if they just want the quick demo, they can go and have that with Mike at on the stand. So we've tried to address that. Also, what we found is people just want to sit down as well. At Aircon, that was the first time we tried it. And if you say to someone, do you want to just come and sit down and have a demo? A lot of the time they just want to sit down. So, it's a good way of getting people onto the stand as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
The blue and black division together or separate on the stand?
So they're together, but it will. I think from the outs, like it's different colored tablecloths, different colored t-shirts, and we have some different ways of advertising Time Troopers, which I don't want to spoil the surprise. So it will be clear that we're all the same company, but
in little camo outfits.
Yeah. Stop penguins.
Yeah. Yeah. Mark's going to demo it yesterday. So we're going to. It will all be on the same stand so that we can cover breaks and things like that. But I think it will be clear what we're trying to do in terms of this is the family area and this is the Black Division's Time Trooper area, so that we can set a template for next year if we do have any more games as well.
Cool. So the demo team, how many people have you got demoing for you this year?
I think
and how do you manage that?
We've got around 20 to, I don't know the exact number. It's either 22 or 32. I know it ends in a 2. Probably 32 people. So how that works is obviously there's myself, Mark, and Mike. We have people that come back every year, like my brothers, and just help us that we get every year. We also rope in family and friends. So we've got Mike from Huff No More helping us this year.
Oh wow, that's good.
Yeah, and Evan, who's obviously the designer of Before the Rain. So we always ask the designers if they want to come and do the stand. We've got Omar, who helped us last year, and he's a game designer of a game which we've not announced yet, which comes out around Halloween. So that's a bit of a clue as to what the theme's about. So he'll be there as well. Tim, who did the music for Time Troopers.
You're going to be there?
Tim will be there as well.
Oh my God, I'm going to have to bring my box and get it all signed.
You're going to have to bring your phone and get him to sign your Spotify app. What?
No, I'm going to bring my box and I'm going to get it all signed. Well,
you can just bring your sleeve and then you don't have to take the whole game with you.
Or your rule.
Yeah, but the sleeve will get ruined if it's not around the box, though.
It could be, yeah. It's just the risk you're going to have to take, Becky.
Yeah, I'm going to have to bring the whole thing. Or I'll have to bring some cards and get them signed.
The playmat.
No, the rule book. I could bring the rule book. Sorry, that's an aside. I'm very excited.
And then we just asked for volunteers every year, and we get loads of them every year. I think, why do people want to do it? But so we just offer people like a t-shirt and free game and a ticket for the event if they do like 4 hours. So if someone does 4 hours on Friday, then they'll get the rest of Friday a ticket for the whole day to themselves. So yeah, I think people genuinely like to demo games as well. And sometimes we get people returning, sometimes we get someone new. So I won't mention her names, but we've got a lady demoing for us this year. She's never done anything like this, and she's really nervous, pushing herself out of her comfort zone. But what we've said to her is her confidence will be like through the roof when she's done this. So it's quite rewarding as well to work with people and volunteers who want to get involved in it.
So do you send them the games prior to them getting there so that they've practiced it, or they?
Yeah, if we can, I think well, not always, because if someone's doing like 4 hours on a stand, like for Shoal, for example, we can teach them that very quickly on the lakes.
Yeah.
But if someone was doing Time Troopers, then definitely we'd have to do that. So I think it depends on the game. Also, we don't really put a lot of pressure on people to sell, so no one gets commission or anything like that. We want people to. We think the games will sell themselves, so just relax, have fun, and it's that Britishness, isn't it? If someone's trying to sell you something, you just push back and go, I don't want to buy it. But if you're just having fun with someone and then you finish the game, then that's that. So yeah, we the bigger games we send out to people, the smaller games we just teach them on the day.
Nice. Sounds good.
I just spilled all of my coffee down me.
That's all right, as long as you didn't hit the mic.
I didn't.
I don't mind.
That was embarrassing, wasn't it? I was like, I couldn't actually see if there was any coffee in my Time Troopers mug, and just spilled it all over myself. Sorry.
The light is fading.
Are there any booth essentials that you feel like every booth should have, or you've learnt lessons from previous years and you've like, oh, we need to bring that because we forgot it the previous year, or things you need to have?
So the number one, from a publisher's point of view, the absolute essential, if someone's listening to this and it's their first time publishing or their first time demoing, the number one essential trade secret is cough sweets. Because you will lose your voice. So especially if you're not used to speaking all day, every day, you will lose your voice very quickly. Because everyone's shouting, so then everyone's shouting over each other. You know what it's like at Games Expo, right? So it's so noisy. By Saturday, my voice is just in bits. So we always have cough sweets, and that's kind of it, really. I mean, obviously cash tin and loads of change. We always forget that every year, but I think we're quite well organised. Mark's quite well organised. Mike is. Last year, for the first time, we did a staff rota to make sure that everyone had a break.
That's a good idea.
And so last year was the first time like I got off the stand for a couple of hours so I could go and visit other stands and play some demos myself. So yeah, I guess it's not really a secret, but a bit of advice to someone would be try and plan some time away from the stand, because otherwise it does go quite quickly and we all love it, but you can just miss the show if you're stuck at your own stand, and that's quite sad.
What are you looking forward to seeing at UKGE? Is there anything you've got your eye on or you want to catch?
I'm looking forward to all the money that we're going to make. I love all the indie stuff. So don't get me wrong. Like last year, I really wanted to see. I tend to be a year behind because I don't know what the new trend is because I'm the wrong side of the stand. So last year, I really by the Sunday, I was like, I've got to go and play Battle for Hoth because it's like everyone wants to play that. But by the time I've got there, it's empty because everyone's already peaked on it on the Friday and the Saturday. So yeah, I quite like the spending time with the other indie publishers because we speak to each other. It's a really close network and we speak to each other and we help each other all year. That's the one time of the year where we're all in the same building. So for me, going to check on the progress of other people's games that I've seen pictures of and we've all helped. Should it be in this colour? Should it be in this colour? So speaking to people like Chris from Unfringed and Mike from Huff No More and the Lupus Volpez lot and Radical 8, there's tons of us. So getting everyone together, we try and get everyone together for a game or for a drink like we do at Aircon and everything else is good. But because we live locally, I get to come home every night.
Yeah.
So I don't tend to hang around and play a lot of games because I'm tired. So yeah, I think for me it's about the people rather than the games is what I look forward to the most. And then there's a bit of a delay, and then I like listen to your podcast, another podcast, and I'm like, oh, okay, so that was the big thing that year. So so then I'll go and play it after everyone's played it. I'm a bit behind on spotting what the trends are because we're so busy.
Oh. So does Mike from Huff No More have a stand if he's working on your stand?
Yes, he's. I don't know if this is public knowledge, but I'll share it anyway. Sod him. So he's sharing a stand with Minerva, who make crumbs.
Okay.
So they're running a little stand together, and he's also working on the board game Protohype stand, which is right next to our stand. Which is, I don't know if you're aware of this. It's an awesome there's a little 2x3 stand where all of the designers who are kind of at the prototype stage or have made games or don't really know what to do with games, just about to come to Kickstarter, they're all together in a group, and there's like 40 or 50 games that are all going to be you can just go into their stand and have a look at all the prototypes, and they're all going to be on the end of our stand. So Mike's going to be working in there as well from Huff No More. So I did kind of collar him and say, "Oh, we could do someone to help cover on the Friday if you've got a spare moment." So yeah, he's going to be doing that as well. So I think he's going to be everywhere.
He'll be busy then, won't he?
Yeah, he will be.
Cool. So you talk about meeting up with the group of indie publishers and things. Are there any behind the scenes like publisher events that happen, behind closed doors that the general public don't know about? That's like, we do this every year or anything like that?
The UK Games Expo, not so much because we're so busy. At Aircon, we have a regular meeting on a Thursday night at the brewery. And we have a regular late start on the Friday because we have a regular meeting on the Thursday at the brewery. So that's a good tradition which I look forward to and enjoy. But Games Expo is just 100% business. It's so busy. But I don't know if everyone's aware of this, but on the Thursday night there's a Meet the Press event.
Yeah.
So we take all our games down. For those that don't know, we take all our games down. As you know, you guys have been there. On the Thursday night, you just sit on the rows of tables like you're at school, and just with your game in front of you. Is it Hall 4? I think it's Hall 4.
I think it's Hall 1.
This year it's changed, I think.
So we just take our games and we sit there, and then obviously people from the press walk past, and that's a good chance where we all get to chat to each other, because for some reason the organisers always put all the indies together. It's happened the last 2 years, and so that starts into a well-meaning, pitching your games to the press, and then by the end of it, everyone's got a drink or two in them, and it's quite nice and relaxed, and we're all playing each other's games. So the Thursday night's a good one. So if you're a new exhibitor, then that's something to go to, because that's also a good chance to see all the new stuff before the public are there when you're not busy.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it was really good last year. It was the first time that I'd gone. You'd gone previous years.
Yeah.
But it, for a publisher, it's quite like a quick paced thing, because you've got so many people who are coming round in that press event to like chat to you. Again, it's like one of those things, you must be like losing your voice by the end of the 2 hours, because so many people have come, and you're having to do that. It's good
to get bookings, so you can get, like, if people are coming, like if you have a bigger box game like Time Troopers, they're not going to play that there and then, but you can say sign them up for 2:00 on Friday. We'll sign you up for a demo. So it's very good for that aspect of it. But if you've got a small box game, then you're just chatting about it, and they'll say, "Oh, well, we'll come by the stand and have a game."
Yeah, exactly.
How did you find it then? Did you get to see? Did it make much difference to you last year, or would you have seen the games that you would have seen anyway, do you think?
I think it was having them all concentrated in one area. You could definitely see, what was up and coming, what was going to be really exciting, what you wanted to head for to see more of on the subsequent days. Also, sometimes when we're public, but like when everyone's there, it's hard to have those like longer conversations or, ask those kind of questions. Like we might ask you about the games and when they're coming out, and, like the intricacies of it, which we're interested in as kind of for our podcast, etc.
Well, you wouldn't. You'd ask me what colour the carpet was in the British Empire Leisure Centre in episode 2.
I mean, that's the most important question, obviously.
But I think you can have those conversations at the press event that you perhaps, on a busy Friday and Saturday, you're not going to get to ask those questions. So it sort of sets the seed, and then.
What I'm looking forward to at the press event is the this year's first annual UKGE red carpet, because the Aircon red carpet went so well. I think the bigger spectacle of UKGE is it's just going to have to be done.
Okay. Wow. What something to look forward to, everybody.
Yeah. I hope I'm not on the red carpet this year, because I made a fool of myself at the Aircon red carpet.
I think it was wonderful. I don't know.
I think it was more him that was making a fool out of himself. Anyway,
Huh?
if you're preparing for UKGE this year, you know
Yes.
that comfort is just as important as your strategy.
It is.
At Shirts and Merch, still can't say it. At Shirts and Merch Etsy shop, there is a specially curated collection of I can't even read what I've written. Of merch designed specifically for the gaming community. They've focused on high quality fabrics and clean, unique designs that look great whether you're at the NEC or at your home table. It's a great way to support a small business while picking up a new favorite piece for your wardrobe, including Time Troopers t-shirts. Visit Shirts and Merch Etsy store today and be UKGE ready.
Correct. That was a lovely random statement you've made, not an ad read.
Yes, and now we're going to play a game with Craig.
Sorry?
This is a game that's been devised by Lee.
Oh.
Yeah. So, Lee
Yes.
has done what you do, which is to change the name of certain games.
Ah, yes.
And you have to guess what games they are.
Excellent.
So, first one is Pony Goes Without Stopping.
Pony goes without stopping. Horse.
Not as easy as it sounds, is it,
I
Craig?
just think that.
No,
Oh.
no.
Horse.
Pony Goes Without Stopping.
Horse.
Oh, you can
Colt
make...
Express.
Yes, I was going to say you can
well
make them,
done.
but you can't
I didn't think you'd get that one.
Unriddled.
Right, next one. Feline Sunbather.
Oh. Cat bed.
Yeah, that popular game called Cat Bed.
So what cat games have we got? What? Cat's a feline?
Lee's going, this is so obvious.
Felines. Well, it's obvious if you write it.
Obviously, yeah.
Feline sunbather.
Yeah.
Cat. Calico. Cat. Boop. Cat in a box. Cat. Sun. Mlem. Feline. Sunbather. Cat.
Do you give up?
No.
You don't give up.
No.
Oh. We could
Pussy Lounger.
Sorry, no.
That great game, Pussy Lounger.
No.
Oh no, that was the film I watched the other day on
Oh,
that special
no.
website. I give up.
What was it, Lee?
Cat Tan.
Ah,
Catan.
Catan, I like it.
Right, next one. Banned from Sand.
Banned from sand.
Banned from Sand.
No beach. No beach.
No.
With beach.
You've got to think of actual board game
I
names.
am banned. Naughty.
What's another word for banned?
Oh. Banned.
Oh, Lee's done a great job at these. You can't do these. These are too
Banned.
hard for you.
Not allowed. Banned. Oh, he's got something small in his hand. Banned. Oh, forbidden dessert. Yum, yum, yum.
Dessert. Okay, next one. What a magnificent planet.
Oh, planet unknown.
No.
Oh, planet of the apes.
No.
What a magnificent. What a wonderful world. A wonderful
It's a
world.
wonderful world.
Oh,
It's
wonder. Yes, I knew that.
Oh, well done.
Next one. Sugar free.
Oh, sugar free.
This is good. This is a good one, Lee.
Coke Zero.
No.
Sugar
The
free.
board game.
Yes, Coke Zero, the board game. Sugar free.
You're not allowed to come to UK.
Sweetlands. No.
Oh, no.
Oh, sweet.
No.
Sweet lands.
No.
Oh.
There's a
sugar.
dual version of this.
Oh, splendor.
Yes. 40 degrees, foot lever connecting with alloys.
So what happened?
40 degrees, foot lever connecting with alloys.
Heat pedal to the metal.
Yeah! I think they were great.
It was excellent.
Right, I've got a game now
What?
for Lee.
Another. Oh.
Oh, no.
Ah!
So, I'm going to describe a game, but I'm going to read the description backwards, and you have to tell me what game it is.
Okay.
Okay? So, are you ready?
I think so.
Lose could all but win. Can player one only game beautiful this in?
This player can lose. Only one player can lose. but all can win. Ocean pods.
Yeah.
Oh,
And underneath where it's written, in this beautiful game, only one player can win, but all could lose, it says description from the publisher.
oh,
Because it's on the
if I'd not
BGG
got
listing.
that, I'd have been
double
terrible.
test.
Yeah, I think I wrote that. I'd have been in real trouble if I'd not got that one.
So I had more to read. At the point where it was going to say plastic and ocean, I figured he would get it, but I was just going to see if he could get it from that one. Cool. Right. I've got some more questions for you, Lee.
Dun, da, 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 da.
These might be, I don't know whether these are going to be easy to answer or hard to answer. What game?
In the British Empire.
No. What game at your booth has the most table presents?
Oh, I thought it was going to have like a definitive answer. I was like, oh no, pressure's on.
No, none of them have a definitive answer.
I think all our games have a good table presence. That's one of the prerequisites that we have is we have great games and great mechanics, but I think the artwork has to be awesome. It's what draws you in first. I can't think of many games I love that have terrible artwork because it's what draws you in quickly. I think this year, Before the Rain, will definitely stop a few people in their tracks because it's so beautiful and Hannah Bailey's done such a great job with the artwork. Mm-hmm. And everyone has said, it's the first words out of everyone's mouth is how great this looks, and then they give it a go and go, oh, actually, this is a really cool game as well.
Yeah.
It's hard because personally I really like Time Troopers, but I can't show all of that artwork because it's hidden behind the scenes. You have to unlock a lot of it. Flippers as well. I think people like the cute penguins, but then when they realise it's actually quite a brutal game, I think they like it even more. But from a table presence point of view, there's cards everywhere, so you can't help but not like that. So yeah, I think it's going to be, that might be something that we have to ask people to vote on. Actually,
cool.
At the stand.
How does the feedback you get from the UK gaming community at events like UKGE influence your future designs?
I would say we don't really get a lot of time to sit down at Games Expo and get feedback off people. It's a selling event, to be honest. So we've normally made our mind up by then. It's the other events, like the smaller events like HandyCon and AirCon and Paradise, where, like you said earlier, where you get time to sit down with people and chat about stuff. Yeah. But the community is everything. All our feedback comes from the community, and not necessarily to publish a game, but also once it's published. Things like finding spelling mistakes, or this card's overpowered, or this does this, or I thought it'd be cool if you ever did an expansion. You did like someone came to us about Sharks and Rays. Yeah.
Could you please add penguins into Time Troopers? Just to say.
Yeah, not all the communities. I always keep a book. We chat quite a lot about this, we call it the rule of three. So if one person says you need penguins in your game, then we're like, okay, this guy's a weirdo. If two people say it, then we make a note of it.
Oh my gosh, Craig!
I'm going to wait to the end of this sentence.
Yeah, I was just thinking that I'm setting myself up. If three or more people say the same comment, then it goes in a certain section of the book where we will then try, like internally, we will try playing the game with that change to see if it makes it better, or if we're doing it because it's kind of an elective thing, like it's what someone wants, or whether it will genuinely make the game better. But we don't do that unless we get like at least three people's feedback. Otherwise, you'd be forever changing a game, and a lot of it's personal preference. Especially when people will tell you things like, "Oh, I don't like this font." You're like, "Okay, sorry about that."
Okay.
Yeah, but the community have a lot of great ideas, but also a lot of it is preference. So you kind of have to separate the two, which is really hard to do.
I just saw cogs whirring in Craig's mind as he went, how many of my friends could I convince to go to the Molinarius stand and
I
say
was thinking of him in
penguins?
disguises, like coming with like a fake glasses and a bowler hat, going, "Oh, this game would be great if it had penguins," and then coming back again with a big Mac coat and a Viking helmet or something that he stole.
Yeah, don't give him ideas. Go.
What I'd like to see most, Mr. Molinarius, is a little penguin in here. Thank you very much. I will see you later.
It needs how you say the pingu.
Great show, BBC. You should watch it, but it definitely need to be in a time trooper.
Oh God. You might not have one of these, but one of the questions was, what is the hidden gem in your catalogue that isn't the big headliner but deserves more love?
No, I think everything does quite well. I think the game that we've got coming out in Halloween, I don't think it won't be a mainstream game, but it's probably the most fun I've had developing a game, because things like Time Troopers and that you're really serious and it has to fit a certain mold. But we've got a game coming out called Little Frankenstein, where you have to collect and assemble body parts from different monsters and build your own monster, like a set collection game. But I think we played it with
the kids played it,
was it the Space Centre in Leicester?
Yeah.
And so playing that with kids has been brilliant because you get brutally honest feedback from kids, which is great. But the game has a mechanism where when you finish and you've built your monster, you have to give it a name. And seeing the kids give the names for their monsters is probably the most fun we've had. And you get like, goat face and robot arm, and someone called theirs like Mrs. Davis, I remember. And I was like, who's Mrs. Davis? And she was like, oh, my teacher. And I was like,
oh.
And I was like, oh, okay. So I think that could be we'll have a lot of fun, I think, demoing that and playing that. I'm looking forward to it.
Which game in your Molinarius collection would you take to a desert island?
Oh, I think Time Troopers has got the most in it that I could play and use to build a raft or something to get away. Yeah.
One card a day.
Yeah, either that or ocean pods. I like ocean pods, and there's no plastic in ocean pods, so that would be good if we're on a desert island to not pollute with my environmental hat on.
If you could collaborate with any other designer or publisher at UKGE, who would it be?
Definitely not Unfringed. I quite like so a lot of the games which I've seen recently from Mark at Radical 8 have been really good. So there's a game I demoed at Aircon called Latitude, which is like a map building game, which was really cool. And it won't be at UK Games Expo because it's not ready yet. But Spokes was a great game, and everything that they produce has been really good.
And I'm desperate to play it. Desperate to play Spokes.
Yeah. And Mark's a really nice guy as well. So yeah, I have a lot of fun with Mike from Huff No More. Nikita would be fun as well from Atkin Games. So yeah, I'm Jess as well from Descent. There's a lot of people I'd love to work with purely because the people are so nice and they're all a lot smarter and better at producing games than I am. So I think anyone from the indie world, I don't think there's any like a famous games designer that I would like to work with, because I just don't know them personally. I think working with someone and knowing their personality would be more fun. If you have fun making a game, it's going to be better, right? Surely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Again, this question might not be relevant because you've talked about this a little bit. How do you decide which games to demo and which ones are on the retail shelf? Are you demoing all the games, or are some of them just for buying?
So at Games Expo, because we've got lots of space, we'll demo everything. But where space is at a premium, then we will demo our most popular games. It also depends on the location. So if we were at Harrogate, we would demo the Lake District game because it's not that far away. But at Norwich, maybe not, because we're not going to sell that many of them. And it sounds strange, but we sell a lot more Ocean Pods games around the coast than we do in Birmingham.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
So yeah, we taking all that into consideration, we don't have a huge catalogue. We've got like 6 to 8 games, but yeah, it's a good point. I think at some point we're going to have to decide which games we don't go. But we're fortunate at the moment where we've got space to demo everything at Games Expo. And for instance, Cake of Doom, which does very well for us as a party game, that's impossible to have a little demo of that. So this year we'll be able to just set that up on a table where people can come and sit down and play as well. And you need a minimum of 3 players to do that. So what we've got this year is a volunteer who can sit down and play games. So if someone wants to come and play and it's a 2-player game and they're on their own, we've got volunteers that can sit down and play with you as well if we've not got anyone else to match them with. So that's a change this year. So we'll see whether that translates to sales or not. I don't know, but yeah.
But maybe sales in the future, because like if you played it, you might not buy it there and then because you might be walking around and not want to pick it up. But then you might go back to like the website and go get a copy.
Yeah.
From a retailer. Like
what's really funny for us is we like Ocean Pods has been out quite a few years now, 4 years or something, and we still get people coming up to the conventions going, "Oh, come to their friends, come and see this brand new game." And it's like, we've never seen this before. And I was like, how have you never seen this before? We've been at every convention, but it's people that are new to the hobby or people that obviously have never been to a con before or whatever. For them, everything's brand new. So if you can't see it, you can't buy it. So we try and put everything up front and centre, but everyone wants the new stuff as well. So like it would be silly for us not to put Before the Rain out front because it's going to be brand new this year. So no one's got a copy of that. If we just left that on the retail shelf, that'd be silly. Yeah.
Do you envisage anything selling out, or you've got less stock of something, so people should go ahead for that first? Or
we haven't got a lot. So Before the Rain, we have a limited amount of copies, which are dependent on backers for the Kickstarter. So Kickstarter's done a lot better than we thought it was going to do. In fact, it finishes in 20 hours, so I don't know when this has gone out. It's probably finished. So anyone that's picking up their copy from Games Expo, we'll have to set all of those copies aside, and we might have 20 copies left. We might have 80 copies left. I don't know. Yeah. So I could see those selling out on day 1 or day 2 if people haven't backed it on Kickstarter, definitely. Also, bit of an exclusive for you. So Ocean Pods, we're running the stock out, so we've not got that many of those left. And what we're going to do is it comes with an expansion, and we're going to put the expansion inside the box and just sell it as one game going forward. So it will in the next print, because no one buys the game without the expansion anymore. Everyone just automatically adds it on. So we're just going to put it inside the box. So yeah.
So if you want to get one of the original box and expansion, get it from UK Games Expo.
Yeah, if you want a collector's edition, yeah. I like how you should be my official marketing manager wherever you do time triggers now.
I'll do it. No worries, I've got it.
I think that was all my questions. I've asked a lot of questions.
You've asked a lot of questions. Have you taken a cough sweet to keep your throat lozenged?
No, but I believe you've prepared a board game menu of games you might play at a convention.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yes. Craig did give me I said to him about an hour ago, is there anything I need to prepare? He was like, oh yeah, should have said, could you just so I did.
People say that I don't prepare things. I'm very prepared.
It's why everyone loves the show. So so I thought about 3 games which I think are gems, which people might not have heard of before, but also 3 games that I found at conventions. Since this is like a pre-UKGE convention. So for my starter, I don't know if that's what we're calling it. I played a game at Paradise this year in Worthing called After You, Beto San.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a trick-taking game designed by Mr. Ben from Travel Games, and it's such a clever concept. All of the cards have a number at the top, so and a number at the bottom. So when you're holding your cards up, obviously you'll only see your cards at the top. But if there's a 4 players, one of you is Beto-san, which is like a Japanese spirit. So all of the artwork is Japanese ink art, and it's beautiful. And when you are Beto-san, it's trick-taking. If you take the trick, then you scare everyone in the group, which gives you minus points. So what you do is Beto-san doesn't have a deck of cards. You discard your cards, and then that's their card. But when the card, remember me saying everything's got 2 scores, it always adds up to, I think it's 12. So when it's the right way up, it's 11. But when you give it to Beto-san, it would be a 1 because he has to turn it upside down. But if you give away an 11, then you're not going to take the trick, but you're giving away a 1 so that he can't take the trick. So it's just a really simple mechanic, but I can't really explain it very well. It just works so beautifully, and and we had such a good time playing it, and the artwork's fantastic. I quite like games that are very simple to explain, but just work beautifully. And that was probably my favourite game, my second favourite game that I found this year. So that was After You, Beto-San, and that comes out in 3 weeks. So cool. I'll be getting a copy of that definitely.
Yeah. Nice.
Yep. I bet you'd never heard of that one, right?
No. We have got a game. There is a game. We have it. It's there. It's in their drawer.
Okay.
Called Crybaby, which has just been launched by Hachette, which is a trick-taking game with numbers at the top and the bottom, and they're different numbers. And if you lose the trick, you can cry about it, which means you can choose one of the cards in your hand to flip. So then you've got a better chance of winning that trick because you can flip it.
Similar,
and then that kind of thing. So it's got that similar scout-like mechanic in the trick taker. But yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's just really good. So for my main course, you may have heard this. I picked a game called Bristol 1350. So it's one of the games that looks like a book from the outside, and then you open it up and it's got the small mat in it. There was very little in this game, but it's so great. And we played it at Aircon, and I think there was 8 of us or 9 of us played it at Aircon. And it's the most, when you just play a game and we just could not stop laughing from start to finish. And it was with the other designers. We'd had the pizza and a couple of beers, and we played this. Mike from Molinarius brought it with him, and it was so good, so simple. And all you're doing is you're just moving an apple cart through the streets of Bristol to escape the plague. But you have 2 cards in your hand, and if they add up to more than a number, I think it's 6 or 7. If those 2 cards add up to more than 6 or 7, you have the plague. But if you escape Bristol in an apple cart, everyone else that's also in your apple carts dies of the plague. So you have to bluff that you've not got the plague just to get through. But during the game, you're swapping cards with other players. It was just brilliant. And I was the 9th player to escape Bristol out of 9, but I was the only one to escape that didn't have the plague. So I managed to win. So yeah, it was just great. It was just such a cool game. And I would definitely, I don't know how much it is, but I would definitely be getting a copy of that again. It was brilliant.
That sounds good.
And then the third one I found at Norwich Games Con last year, which I know you were at because we saw you there as well. I'm looking forward to going back there. It's a very well-run event. And that's called The Hunt for Bigfoot. Did you get a chance to play that when you were there?
We played it with
Emma. Dungeons and Dimples.
Yeah, we played it,
So yeah, I met the designer, Paul Kirk, and I got the first copy that he'd ever sold, and he was so happy that someone had bought a game from him, and he told me the story about how it all came to be and everything, which is, for those who don't know the story, I would definitely go away and find out, because it was very emotional and great. And then it was a great game as well, and he'd done the artwork, and he was there with I think it was his daughter and either his son or his son-in-law. And so it kind of took me back to when we first started, and he was asking all the questions. But then when we played the game, it was brilliant. It set collection game, but then with a really cool twist at the end, where if you collect your set first, as you know, you get to then have a go to find where Bigfoot is by just flipping a card over. And if he's not there, you have to collect another set to get the chance. And so, yeah, really simple to play, but quite beautiful. And another game that I can just chuck in a bag when we go on holiday, and it can come with us. But I think also the emotional side of meeting Paul and hearing his story about putting this game, it was great. So anyone that doesn't know that game, I know this will be his first trip to UK Games Expo. So I would say give that a go as well. So yeah, I tried to pick 3 games that people will never have heard of, and I think those 3 are ones.
Good. I was going to ask if he's at UK Games Expo because I know he was at Norwich Con, but yeah, that's good if he's going, man. Cool, yeah.
Awesome,
nice. I did a menu. Do you want to do your menu?
Yes.
You're just doing it off the top of your head. You had a whole prepared thing to talk about Lee, and then like nothing else.
I would say Forks.
Yeah,
because it's the greatest game ever made.
Mm-hmm. It's not the greatest game ever made.
No, it's not Alpaca.
Because that's
right.
Flip 7. It says it on the box.
Yeah. Forks is great. It's just super quick. It's super tactical and thinky, and I love it. If you don't know what Forks is, look it up. My second choice.
You could have actually prepared something and told people about it, but you said just look it up.
Yeah.
Do your own work. I'm not doing any more work for you.
I'm not your parents.
Look, here's your homework. Look the damn
thing up. Do you do that to the kids at school? Here's your homework, but I'll do the answers for you. I'll study. I'll do the revision for your tests.
No, but we're meant to be informative and tell people about things.
Forks is a game about real estate, and you are basically you're going in rounds, and you'll have cards in your hand, and you will choose a card to place into the middle and keep a card, and then you'll flip all the cards, and then you're basically wanting to score the positive houses, colours move upwards, and the negative move downwards. And then at the end of the game, whatever colours are worth positive points, they give you positive points, and anything that's worth negative points gives you negative points. And you always end up in a minus. The stocks are always fluctuating. It's just really clever, and it's super fast and it's fun. My second choice would be my game of the moment, which I really want to play with more people, which is Excalibur.
Time Troopers?
Excalibur. Yeah, Time Troopers. Everyone crowd around and play this solo game. Everyone, shut up. Shut up. I'm listening to the background music. Shut up. Shut up.
Just watch me. Just watch
rolling
me.
The dice. Does someone want to roll the dice? Well, you can't. I'm rolling the dice. Excalibur's a great coup, resistance, love letter-esque game rather than cards. It's tiles. The collector's edition that I have has the quadruple layered box and the magnetic metal swords and all the shiny shinies. But basically, you're having 4 tiles in your hand. You'll choose one to play, and they'll do things like look at other people's tiles, steal tiles, all that sort of good stuff. And the person who has the Excalibur tile in their hand, will win, and whoever doesn't will lose.
That Excalibur box looks fantastic as well. It looks so well produced and everything. It looks great. Yeah,
it's potentially maybe the most overproduced game I've ever did see in my life ever. But it's stunning. And the deluxe copy, the normal copy is called the deluxe copy. It's got wooden swords, wooden components, and a slightly different. Doesn't have the triple layered.
It's not the same.
It's 100% throw it in the ground and it will decompose. Is the benefit of the other version, where this is metal swords. Which I really love the fact that this version of the game comes with a card that says "Do not take this on an airplane."
Yeah, I saw that.
The sharp pointies, that's the best thing. So yes, that and Tricky Landing.
Oh, you stole one of mine.
All right, I won't say Tricky Landing. I will say.
No, you can say Tricky.
No, I'm not going to say it now.
Why?
No, I refuse because you're mean to me. I'm going to say Go Viking.
Oh, okay.
That's not fun.
Yeah.
Like Mino dice. Minos dice. Mythical dice.
Mythical dice?
Yeah, where you have to... Basically
Mino dice is the platey.
It's the platey version, yeah, whereas Mythical dice is the coil spring version. Yeah. It's a dice rolling trick-taking game. It's good. There you go.
Okay.
Over to you.
Well, I went with...
you've written all these notes and you're coming up with it off your head?
I went with Tricky Landing, first of all.
Oh, did you? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I just think that's a good... You can get lots of people to play it. And it's just fun, and it gets everyone in the mood for a game. Then I would.
Oh, you didn't tell anyone about how the game works.
We've already talked about it at length.
Okay. Sorry, new listeners. You'll have to listen back to other episodes.
It's
Rebecca doesn't care for you.
It's a dexterity trick-taking game.
Okay.
It's good.
Good.
We've all picked trick-taking games for convention. And then I'd take a bigger game. I'd take something like Rebirth that looks great, because you always want to go to a convention and you look at all the other tables, you think, what are they playing? And I like Rebirth. But it's easy enough to play with that convention noise that's going, the hum.
Yeah.
You can't really think what you're doing. So you need a game that you already know how to play, and Rebirth that. And then I kind of cheated, because I thought at the end of the night, when everyone else has gone home, I will just get the Time Troopers mat out and then start playing by myself. But if I can't have Time
low
Troopers,
dessert.
Yeah, exactly. But if I can't have Time Troopers, I'd play just one with a whole group of people.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And that would be fun.
Trio. You never said Trio. You love Trio.
I do like Trio. Yeah, Shirts and Merch taught us Trio.
Still on the shelf, still unopened.
But you need more people to play Trio, and there's just two at the minute.
And just one's playable with no people, eh?
No, I'd get a whole group of people.
You just grab them off the street.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's that.
The street of Birmingham. That was exciting.
It was exciting. Thank you for answering all our questions, Lee.
Well, I didn't do very well on the British Empire quiz, but had I known I was doing a BTEC in 80s Chris Barry TV, I would have prepared a bit better.
Well, there's always a chance for a live interview and a live quiz at UK Games Expo. So not that the expo is going to be stressful enough, but be prepared.
Yeah. Maybe he'll pop by and play not Bees in the Rain.
Yes!
Before the rain.
You've done it. You've got it exciting. That's it now. You did the whole thing, and now that's it.
Maybe what you need to get is Time
You
Trooper
edit,
card.
right?
I edit all the time.
No, that's going to be the bit. That's going to be the exact bit. I can tell what Craig's going to do. That goes on Instagram on repeat.
Yeah. You're going to get a Time Troopers card with Rimmer printed up, and then you can just get him to sign them. Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Hologram goes in the theme of the game. Penguins.
Right. So where can the lovely listeners find you?
He's there.
And on the socials and
so molinariousgames.com, or if you are going to UK Games Expo, which I hope you are, we'll be on Hall 3, stand T27.
That sounds like a Time Troopers card, T27.
That would be one of the temple cards. They all start with T.
Sounds like a Terminator.
That's how to remember it. T27. Time Troopers card. That's where you find it.
Trooper 27.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you very much for your time. I always enjoy talking about Time Troopers, Molinarious Games, and all the exciting things that are to come. It's very exciting.
Cool.
Thank you for having me on and for your endless marketing of Time Troopers and and everything else. It is offset it is offset by Craig's RSPCA comments about our Penguin games, but it's always a lot of fun listening.
It's all right. It's like Time Troopers, sponsored by Peter. We will not cause any.
Okay.
So I get like all the notifications now that like Emperor Penguins are now endangered, and then Molinarious Games are freeze drying them and playing them in games, and that's why. If you want to rescue the Emperor Penguins, buy Time Troopers at UKGE,
and you can release them
and you
into
can
the wild.
set them free into the wild.
I've been let off in cuffs.
And Werner Herzog can do another documentary. The Penguins escaped UK Games Expo and walked into the wild of Birmingham to do the Bear Grylls exhibition. I don't know if that's David Attenborough or Werner Herzog.
I don't think it was either.
I don't want to do the accent. That's rude. I'll do
Sign
my
off
David
now.
Attenborough. Thank you for watching. And
they
listening.
haven't been watching.
How do you know they haven't been watching?
'Cause
You
that
don't
would
know
be
who's
weird.
in this room.
Okay. Remember to
Yeah, I've got really sore throat from doing that. I've run out of coffee.
remember to
Get
into
Lee.
no.
Oh,
Please don't.
Remember to get into title.
oh yes, get into Bees in the Rain.
Remember to get into games.
Bumping penguins. What are you doing? You
I'm
can't
turning
end
it off. I'm
No,
turning it
goodbye,
off.
bye, bye. See you later.